Now, on asylum seekers, and Scott Morrison, of course, was interviewed on that this morning, but I think that the Sydney Morning Herald story, where they went and spoke with people on the ground and got this sort of anecdotal evidence that they are hearing about it, it's important, isn't it?
Well, it is. As you said to Scott Morrison, these are real people talking, presumably, assuming they've been reported correctly. This is actual intelligence from on the ground, where the policy is actually having an effect. People are now worried about getting in boats because they're not as certain as they were before, and they were probably never very certain, but they're even less certain now that they'll even end up here. So that shows that whole issue of... I mean, it's a win for both sides of politics in Australia in one sense, because it shows this policy change is actually starting to work, but also it shows that...
A bigger win for Gillard. I mean, if she stops the boats, she will get a huge tick.
Well, I find it mildly amusing that we've got a government looking to an offshore processing solution to stop the boats and an opposition saying they don't think it will work. We did have a government that did that and an opposition that did that before, but they were reversed. They've changed places, they've swapped policies. One is arguing what the others used to argue, and I agree that if they manage to do this and make it work, they will get kudos, just like John Howard did.
I think the other aspect of this policy, though, because the opposition's very happy to just reduce it to a 1 for 5 deal, as we heard mentioned several times there, but the government's task is to communicate the difference between asylum seekers and refugees. It needs to actually do that. It needs to actually say what we're sending back are people who have arrived here on boats, unlawful entrants, and who are going to the back of a queue in Malaysia.
We don't know what their status is.
No, that's right.
But we are taking 4,000 people who have been...
who are bona fide refugees, who have been processed and are and need a country to be resettled in. And that's an important point. Now, Scott Morrison says the opposition...
I still think that 1 to